Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. The Brooklyn Nets and Boston Celtics took the floor today to play one another. Jayson, Tatum, and them balled out. They played great team basketball. At times they did go a little one-on-one. But this is the thing. Kevin Durant is not a tier 1 player. I'm sorry, he's more of a tier 2 player. Great talent, but he has a sidekick mindset. Kevin Durant is not, how do I say it? He doesn't take the will of teams. Giannis actually, in my opinion, the past 2 years has been better than him and LeBron and all of everybody. Giannis has been the better player. Kevin Durant, has shown that he can't really close the deal. He has to have a solid team built around him. He just can't play with every spare part out there. Kyrie Irving had a bad game. That's understandable because he's only playing road games. So he's going to have some games where he's off. That game, Kevin Durant has to get the ball forcibly and do what he has to do. Down the stretch, he settled a little too much with his jump shot. You got to get to the basket. You got to cause fouls. You got to get to that line. That's something that Tatum was doing. Tatum outplayed him today. Tatum has really been playing great on this win streak. Everyone could talk bad about Tatum. I could go through the numbers of what was what. Look, the Brooklyn Nets are trash right now. They're trash. Kevin Durant understands this. Kevin Durant, in order for him to get to a championship this year, he has got to take over games. Down the stretch, I know he's just coming off an injury, so I put that in perspective. However, Kevin Durant has shown when he was down 3-1 against Golden State, when he was going against the Memphis Grizzlies, even though the Grizzlies had a better team, Kevin Durant down the stretch of those games was not coming up big. So to me, it's like, where do we go from here? I'm sorry, Kevin Durant is not a top tier player. He's not. People are going to get mad. People are going to throw stuff. Now, all you LeBron fans, don't come on here because LeBron is still tier 3. I don't give a damn about last night's performance. Last night, you guys got help because the Warriors played stupid down the stretch. But Steph Curry's a tier 2 player to me as well. He's a tier 2 player. Only tier 1s I see today, man, personally, is I see Giannis as a tier 1. Kyrie, to me, if he is off, guys cannot play great. I don't feel there's a lot of tier 1s. Ja Morant's a tier 1. Luka Doncic's a tier 1. A lot of these other guys I just don't see being a tier 1 player. We got a lot of tier 2s and 3s running around here impersonating 1s. Now, people will come and say, well, HD is a team sport. Yeah, the Nets as a team is terrible. But Kevin Durant knows this. You don't think Kobe Bryant played every night with a terrible team? Kobe Bryant has some of the worst supporting cast players in history. Everybody likes to bring up, well, yeah, Robert Horry and Shaq. And listen, Shaq is a bum too. Shaq's a tier 2 player to me. He was never to me a tier 1 player. He was more of a supporting player. Yes, he would put up big numbers because he would get most of them in the first half. Sometimes in the fourth quarter, he would get lucky. But he's a tier 2 player to me. This was terrible for Brooklyn. Like, Kevin Durant has to step up and show me that he can be that guy. You had a great situation in Golden State where you could have stayed, did what you had to do. Who cares if you get credit when you would have got a lot of credit because you would have had a team. You are later in your age. And right now, down the stretch, he was coming up small. You know, he was showing a little Paul George-ness down the stretch. A little no planners Paul. And I know people are going to get mad, but I seen this when he played against Golden State and OKC down the stretch. You know, I'm sorry, but Kevin Durant has been disappointing. You know, I know he's had injuries, but at the same time, Kevin Durant got to play big, man. Your team is in disarray. Everyone's going to be like, well, HD, what more could he have done? He had the foot on the line last year. You got to go out and get it, man. Steve Nash played you all the minutes. Hey, you could have asked to come out any time of the game you wanted to. You got to get that done. Jayson Tatum, you balled out tonight, but when the playoffs come, are you going to do this? Are you going to tell everybody, look, I got this? Y'all the supporting cast. You got to show this every night, Tatum. You can't just do it one night and then you're like, well, whatever. I'm just going to be too cool for school the rest of the night. Because your team looks like a bunch of tier 2 and tier 3 players. I don't really see a tier 1. And I still think Jayson Tatum is a tier 2 player. He has to show me. I'm being tough on guys now. I'm not giving guys passes. I'm done with that shit. Because guys are getting way too many passes. I'm critical on other guys, but these guys aren't getting critical now. I see a lot of tier 2 players with tier 3s. The game last night, Steph Curry choked down the stretch. And I told everybody, Steph Curry is not a tier 1 or a top 20 player. Period. I done told everybody that. But everybody wants to get mad at DZ and say this. No, Steph Curry is not a tier 1 player. Ja Morant is showing tier 1 talent, but can he become a tier 1 player? Kevin Durant has tier 1 talent, but he has a tier 2 play. Like if his other guy isn't going off, then he's not that, he can't get it done. That's the facts. I'm watching it. Giannis has shown time after time, I'm out here with bums and I'm still playing. You know, his team is just, to me, a bunch of tier 3 players. Drew Holiday, tier 3. Chris Middleton, tier 3. The rest of these guys, Bobby Portis, probably a tier 3. Borderline tier 2. Well, that's Drew Holiday. Borderline tier 2, I get Drew Holiday tier 2. He's tier 2. Chris Middleton to me is more of a tier 3 player. So what are we looking at? And I told you guys, Klay Thompson, he's a tier 2 player. He's just clutch. He's like, you know, he's clutch when it's time to be clutch. Draymond Green is a tier 3 player, but a tier 1 mindset. As much as you hate him, much as he kisses LeBron's ass, Draymond Green, man, he's the leader. He's the reason the team is great. He makes those guys better. Steph doesn't. So he has He's a tier 3 player, but he's a tier 3 player with a tier 1 mindset. I could put Draymond Green on any team, that team would be better, both offense and defensively. But Kevin Durant, you got to show, man. Like my boy 50 said, you got to do something, baby. But after last night's performance, I'm sorry, LeBron is still a tier 3 player to me. He hasn't really shown anything. Well, I say he's a tier 2 because he can play good if he has a guy next to him. He'll play better. Last night it was Carmelo down the stretch to save him. Chris Middleton has done that sometimes with Giannis, but Giannis for the majority of the game, even late, comes up big. But yeah, Kevin Durant is a tier 2 player. I'm sorry. Great talent, tier 2 player, tier 2 mindset. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys like what I say, if you don't, hey, you can disagree. Tell me why you disagree. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at go into the description box, hitting the link to my Cash App. That'll take you straight there. And when the video is live or premieres, you guys can super chat as well. So thank you guys for listening. We're out. Deezy.